What happens when you combine slow travel with one of Europe's most underrated destinations? Albania travel offers stunning coastlines, rich culture and history, and a pace that begs you to slow down. But is it the right fit for every traveler? So in this video, we'll unpack the real pros and cons of slow travel in Albania, so that way you know what to expect before you go. Slow Travel Nomads, I'm Paul.
I'm Brooke.
And we're gonna go ahead and dive right on into the pros of Albania slow travel.
Pro number one will be you get 365 days, which is a full year of traveling Albania.
As an American, visa free, okay? Outside of the country of Georgia, I don't know where else you're going in this world where you get to enjoy one full year of traveling a country with no visa, just pop right in with your passport and you're good for a whole year.
Yes.
The only caveat to that though is that after that 365 days, you do have to leave the country for 90 days.
Yeah.
But then that resets your timer, you can come right back in. And there's plenty of places to go around on the outside of Albania for 90 days.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. All right, so pro number two, when you slow travel on a budget, cost and affordability mean everything, right? When it comes to Albania, it is very affordable. So like your accommodation costs, I mean, depends on what way you do, but the way we do it is Airbnb. So you're talking about $700 a month maximum is where I'd put it. Also your cost of food, right? Just stick to the grocery stores, stick to the markets. Approximately 30 to 40% on average is what you're going to be saving.
Pro number three, which is going to be public transportation of Albania, which is very, very affordable. 40 lek per ride.
Yeah, you know, it's like 43 cents a ride per person. Also, you have the buses that travel from city to city in Albania. From I think $5 on up to like 15 bucks, and you can get literally anywhere in Albania. Now, how's that for slow travel on a budget?
Yes.
And now let's piggyback right off of Brooke's pro number three and go right into pro number four. And we're talking about slow travel lifestyle, right? Travel being the operative word in there. So if you're into the beach and the resort life, Saranda, Vlora, Durrës, boom, there you go. Now you got your beach town. Okay, so you want a bustling metropolis. Well, hello, Tirana. How you doing? Say you want something up in the mountains and more in nature. Well, then you should go up to Shkodër and then take the trip on up to Tet and visit Valbona National Park. If you want a slower, quieter pace of life, well, we can personally vouch for Berat, Albania for that.
Perfect.
And they're all right there, readily available to you, just a frigging shuttle bus away.
All right, so what if transportation isn't part of your slow travel life? Pro number five is going to be cities are walkable. They have nice big sidewalks, easy to walk around.
Especially in Tirana, I mean, it is very walkable. Pro number six is the friendly people of Albania. It's very nice to be able to interact with the locals, even when given some language barriers, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Most of the time, especially the more you see them, they become so super friendly to you and very helpful and just very kind and very loving. You feel real good when you're interacting with them, okay? Most of the time, you don't walk away with any kind of negativity whatsoever.
No, you don't.
So, you know, my hat's off to them for, you know, being amazing people.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up with the benefits of slow travel with pro number seven, which is going to be the amazing food.
Oh, yummy. Okay, so we cannot, you know, honestly say, and being honest, say that we've had traditional Albanian food, really. It's more been like we've had that regionalized Balkan food where you can find in all these neighboring countries, okay?
So we're gonna go with, of course, souvlaki.
Yeah.
And of course, we're gonna go with kebab. It was so good. And of course, sabachi.
Oh man, that was really freaking
So
good. There's plenty of food and you can be braver than us and whatnot and try out that more traditional Albanian food. But the point is that the food here is so good. All right, so there's all those pros and the benefits of slow travel. We want to take a quick second and ask you to go ahead and like this video, share it with anybody you think that'll find value in it, and subscribe to the Slow Travel Nomads channel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now comes the cons of slow travel in Albania. Some of these listed are not necessarily negatives, but these are like cultural differences or cultural shock that you may not be used to, but you're gonna have to grow accustomed to when you're having your Albania travel adventure. And con number one of Albania slow travel is going to be the infrastructure. To say that their roads leave something to be desired would definitely be an understatement. Out of the travel we've done for a year, I would have to say the absolute worst roads that we've faced have been in Albania and Lao. Okay, Lao edges them out, but
Big time.
So no, it's pretty funky as far as driving goes. I would also say that their trash pickup and whatnot can leave a lot to be desired. You know, bins that stay overfull a lot of the time. For the most part, if you stick to the major cities that people know, your internet should be fine. You get out into Bob's Road, out in Bob's country, then yeah, you might have some internet issues.
All right, so con number 2 in your Albania travel adventures is going to be the wild dogs / cats. But for us, for slow travel for a year, it's not that big of a deal anymore. But just to let you know,
we've become very used to it, literally everywhere we go.
Yes.
Wild dogs, street dogs is another name for them. You'll see the wild cats, street cats everywhere too. They're not really aggressive by any stretch of the imagination, but if you're not used to seeing them, it will break your heart a little bit if you're a pet lover. It is what it is, right? All right, so another truth about slow travel in Albania is going to be potential language barrier issues. Albanian, I mean, it is a rough language to try to master, okay? I mean, I can pick out a phrase or two here and there, but honestly, Google Translate comes into play here.
Be your friend.
English is widely spoken, but also you will come across, especially the older generation, that maybe they don't dabble in English so much. So there may be some issues, but I promise you, you can communicate. It's just, it may just take a little more work, that's all.
So brings us to con number 4 of Albania slow travel, which is going to be what we call the Balkan Stare.
Yeah, it's not just endemic to Albania itself. It's literally something that over our year of traveling throughout the Balkan region, it is a very Balkan thing that occurs, okay?
No matter if you're walking down the street, in a store, whatever, they will stare at you.
Not everyone, but it is very common that you will get one of these. Okay, it's just part of their culture, it's part of their way. Now, if you're like me, it's a little unnerving at first, and maybe even slightly upsetting, because back where I'm from and where I grew up, you start staring me down, that means you want to do something. But that's not what it is, it's just their way, okay?
It's another cultural difference.
It is actually a big one for me. It is a con and it is a pet peeve, not just with Albania travel, but because we did notice it in Southeast Asia too, but it was only the Europeans doing it, is the freaking line cutting. Like standing in line, whether it be at a restaurant counter, whether it be in the checkout lane at the grocery store. Inevitably, you will get at least 1 or 2 of them that decide, oh, you're not standing in line, I'm more important. And they will just literally butt themselves right in front of you. And it just becomes this like pissing contest between you and them silently about who's gonna go first. And honestly, me being the international traveler, even though if I feel I'm in the right, I just let it go. So that is a pet peeve of mine and of Brooks, but you will encounter that.
Big time.
And that'll be a perfect segue right on into
sidewalk etiquette.
Yep. Again, we're not going to place it solely at Albania's doorstep, but it is present there. We think it's more of a European thing because, again, we noticed it for our 6 months in Southeast Asia too, and it was never the locals doing it.
No, let's just say whenever they're like going, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 deep in, they will literally take up the entire sidewalk.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The sidewalk could be, one of them little narrow itty bitty ones, or it could be one of these huge ones like you have in, say, Tirana, okay? If there's a group of them, they will find a way to take up the whole width, span, length of the sidewalk. And then even though you show them by example, oh, get single file, so that way we can have traffic going this way and traffic coming this way. No, I don't know what the culture is about that, but yeah, if there's a group of them, 2, 3, 4 or more, good luck, because they're going to take up the whole span of the sidewalk in a single line. So keep that in mind. And that'll finally bring us up to our last con of the slow travel life here in Albania. Wow. The driving. It's a double-edged sword because they drive like maniacs, like they're all in NASCAR. However, on the flip side, if they see you at a pedestrian crosswalk, they'll stop for you.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
9 times out of 10, they will stop and usher you to pass. So there is that. It's just you really got to just pay attention. Let's just say you make some of us a little bit nervous with how much, you like to lay on that freaking accelerator. And it might make some of you nervous, so that's why we thought we'd pass it along to you. So as you can see, there's plenty to know and plenty to learn about slow travel life in Albania. We think it is damn good for anybody wanting to live the slow travel lifestyle for all the good reasons we listed, and even when you weigh them against the negatives, the good so far outweigh the bad, okay? It is a lovely country with lovely people, and you get to have amazing experiences, and you get to have them all at a much lower fraction of the cost than what you're used to killing yourself for over in the United States, Western Europe, New Zealand, Australia, etc. We find high value in Albania travel, and we we hope that now, after all this information, we hope that we've inspired some of you to get out there and maybe travel Albania a little bit.
Yes.
You know, whether it's slow travel, whether it's just, you know, tourists in and out, you know, definitely come see Albania. And to all of our Albanian friends that we've had the privilege of knowing over the 3.5 months of our time in Albania, we want to once again wish you a very, very heartfelt Balamandari.
Yes.
All right, that takes care of this, and we will see you in the next one.
See you guys.